What is up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I bet you guys were expecting the typical we need to talk, guys.
So guys, it's been a while since I talked about a reaction channel. I remember I used to talk about them all the time, but they all make the exact same arguments time and time again.
If you don't like the video, then don't watch it.
Fuck you and unsubscribe.
Cause let's be honest, some of us make those videos a lot better.
Time for me to make money off your hard work. Alright, let's react!
I just got bored of it. Me, along with a whole bunch of other YouTubers, have been talking about reaction channels for years. But to this day, YouTube still hasn't answered why their videos are still up. They completely abuse copyright. They play the entirety of the video, but YouTube just won't do anything about it. But guess what? Reaction channels can take down videos of people talking about them. Playing someone else's video in its entirety without editing anything out is perfectly okay. But putting someone's face in a video? Oh no! That needs to be taken down! Welcome to the modern era, everybody. Now I'm going to cover one of Suzy Lu's videos, but before I do that, let's set down a few ground rules.
I want to make something crystal fucking clear right now. Do not harass Suzy Lu. Do not dislike her videos.
I don't think I can do that even if I wanted to. The ratings are disabled.
Do not leave mean comments on her videos.
Whether I want to or not, it doesn't matter. Comments are disabled. And as we all know, every single video that has comments and ratings disabled is always going to be a pleasure to watch.
I don't tend to write down what I want to say. I just like to have it come from the heart, basically.
Hey, that's funny. I do my videos unscripted as well. And my videos also come from the heart. But my heart isn't full of lies like yours is.
Basically, YouTube already came out and they had a tweet. They informed the people that were affected why they took down some YouTube videos. And as far as I was concerned, like when I seen that, I was like, oh, thank God for that.
What? Wait, you were actually happy that other people were having their videos taken down? Seriously? I remember the tweet as well, and he took down iDubbbz' video on Leafy is Here, but left Leafy's channel alone, at least as far as I know. Taking down the videos of a bully? Nah. Taking down the videos of someone exposing the bully? A-okay.
Do you know what I mean? Because people were looking at me and they were like, it was you! You did all this! You did all this! And it's like, there's a lot more behind the scenes than you guys probably don't realize. And the reason I wasn't going to say anything is because at the end of the day, the people admitted that they knew that their videos were a little bit on the sketchy side.
Will I say that maybe it was too far to go for the forehead jokes? Probably. I mean, I like those jokes, so I don't regret making them, but
I like those jokes dearly.
Should I have said that? Probably not.
Now the clip she is playing is from Tipster News, and he has already covered this video. Now if you want to see his full video, I'll link it down below, but for now I'm just going to play this clip for you guys.
And I said, should I have made fun of her forehead? No, I probably shouldn't have. That's me acknowledging that, hey, you know what? Maybe that was too far. And maybe I shouldn't have done that. That doesn't mean that I knew ahead of time that someone was going to flag my videos because they can't handle a little bit of joking and tomfoolery. I've never had a situation like that happen before where someone got so upset about a simple joke that they decided to flag down my videos. But she tried to use my words against me there to indicate that I knew when I created that content that it broke YouTube's rules. Newsflash, I didn't know. I was simply willing to accept that maybe that was wrong and own up to my potential mistake. Something that Suzy's not willing to do.
I get it. We're indoors. It's boring. I get it. Like, I have been going out of my mind as well with absolute boredom, but I don't use that as an excuse to start a witch hunt against someone.
Has anybody used that as an excuse? I mean, I'm still working, way more than normal. Robots are not biological creatures. We can't get the virus. Let's hope I don't get a computerized version of it. And also, witch hunts have happened when this whole thing wasn't going on. We live in a time period with video games, TV, Netflix, and other stuff. No one's going after you because they're bored. I'm pretty sure you're just making a straw man. People are going after you because you flag down videos of anyone who disagrees with you.
In the 13 years that I have been a YouTube content creator, the only time my content has been flagged down via a community guideline strike on YouTube is Suzy Lu related videos.
Over the course of that, people were still attacking me for the content I was doing. I don't know if it was out of jealousy.
Oh my god, I'm just so sick of the jealous argument. Am I jealous of people who have more subs than me? Yeah. But why am I not going after people like PewDiePie? I'm way more jealous of him. But the difference between him and you is he's not flagging down videos.
There was a lot of views that were coming into the channel and people were just seriously unhappy with it. They were basically trying to white knight the anime companies or whatever, and it was just a little bit weird.
I like that she's using the term white knighting to defame the people going after her. White knighting really only works if you're defending a specific person and not a corporation. And people were mad at you because you were reacting to anime episodes without following the guidelines of fair use. Isn't it amazing that people can react to full episodes of anime and nothing happens to them? But people like Seth the Programmer get his videos taken down for using a few clips here and there.
Last year, unfortunately it says content unavailable, but last year she flagged down an interview I did with a lawyer, where I discussed whether or not Mark After Dark's clip, that's the clip she flagged down last year for a copyright strike, whether his clip was fair use, whether what she did was an abuse of the copyright strike system, and whether content that she had re-uploaded from other sources was used in a matter that constitutes fair use. An interview with a lawyer is harassment. Explain how that makes sense to anyone. How me conducting an interview with a lawyer is harassment.
So anyway, fast forward to where we are at just now. A couple of months ago, a creator who, I'm not going to name who they are, basically they were getting harassed by Tipster off YouTube. It was happening on Twitter. And they threatened her, and it really, really upset her, and she complained to YouTube.
Wow, that sounds absolutely horrible. Do you have any evidence? Oh, no way, you're a reaction channel. Of course you don't. Now, before you say, well, she was trying to keep the girl's name private, you can still show what she says and block out the name in the profile picture. It's not hard. And not only am I confused of who this person is, but Tipster is as well.
I don't mass flag videos. Only ones I'm unhappy with. Tipster is already on YouTube's radar for harassing other creators on and off platform. It's a bit deeper than people think, and not only to do with me. Who am I harassing? Who?
And YouTube came to me because they were like, listen, we have had numerous complaints about this channel. This is Tipster's channel. And we want your side of all the things, all the times you have had to deal with this person.
Yeah, that doesn't happen. YouTube doesn't contact another big creator and say, hey, we have a lot of complaints about this guy, and we heard he's been harassing you too. Tell us what happened. If YouTube has a problem with someone, they'll demonetize them. They won't ask someone with a couple 100,000 followers what their opinion is.
So I told them. I told them my side of the story. I told them that at that moment, he had something like 16 or 17 videos on his channel that he had done. And I'm not going to lie, nothing had happened. Do you know what I mean? Like, between the first strike to this point, nothing had happened.
Okay, I really don't know what she means by the 16 or 17 videos. Does she mean he did 16 or 17 videos on her? Or is she talking about someone else, like Swan? With all this stuff this person did, why does she have no proof of it? Why have we not heard about it till now?
But this person was like relentless, like they were obsessed. It was kind of strange. Like no matter what I would do, whether it was like making my own website, whether it was like changing how I was doing my reactions, like YouTube Rewind, oh my god, everyone freaked out about that.
Hang on, let me look it up. Oh my god, she really was in YouTube Rewind. In fact, she was practically at the very start. Maybe she does have a contact at YouTube.
Whether it was the Sonic putting me in their movie trailer, no matter what I did, they were basically complaining that they didn't like it.
Was Suzy Lu even in the Sonic trailer? I looked up Suzy Lu's Sonic and she's reacting to a few things related to Sonic, but no video that says, OMG guys, I was in the Sonic trailer! Out of everything in her video, this is by far the most confusing part. And if you think I'm taking her out of context, go watch her video for yourself. I am just baffled by everything she is saying here.
When YouTube approached me, I told them, I was like, yep, like this person recently even tried to become a Patreon of mine to subtly try and get information on what I was up to in regards to my website and things like that. So my PR had to shut that down. And it was like, what's your problem, mate?
Indeed, what is his problem? I would like to know. Do you have any evidence? This really shouldn't be hard to prove at all. Patreon keeps a very good record of things. Tipster News talks about a lot of people. I'm pretty sure he's not stalking you. Now, could John Swan be doing this? Possibly. He doesn't upload too often. But until you have evidence, I'm not going to believe you.
Like, what is your problem?
What is your problem, you insensitive asshole?
So between that time, YouTube were doing an investigation into this channel because they had had numerous complaints from different channels. But when the videos came down from his channel, I had no idea that they were coming down. They didn't tell me anything. Like, basically, I got a couple of messages on my Discord that were like, oh, have you seen that they've taken 3 videos down from Tipsters? And I was like, what? And I even said at the time, I was like, see if they've taken videos that just have my name attached to them. Like, I'm gonna be pissed because I know how that looks.
Okay, Suzy, I have a genuine question. When you lie, do you want it to sound believable or not? Oh boy, golly gee willikers, guys! The videos that were taken down were the videos on me, and no one else! I know it looks bad, but trust me, it's YouTube's fault, not mine!
And maybe it's because every time he done a video on me, it was pretty disgusting. You know, there was a lot of personal insults, like people have an obsession with my forehead size. Like, I get it. I have looked at myself for many years. I'm well aware of the features, my small eye, my mouth, my this and that. Like, who cares? Like, if you're gonna be reporting on news, then why do you feel the need to try and tear someone's appearance down?
Okay, so what you're saying is, the reason why his videos on you got taken down is because he made fun of your appearance a little bit. Sure.
Sure.
I have seen plenty of videos made by many different YouTubers making fun of the way other YouTubers look. T-Moss Boss has made several videos doing nothing but making fun of the way people look. So why hasn't his videos been taken down? Oh wait, I forgot, he's a reaction channel, so everything he does is A-okay.
And he has a track record of doing this. There are so many videos on his channel where he has done things like this, whether it's to iDubbbz his girlfriend. Like, he had an entire stream where, and it's so disgusting to even think about it, but where they were literally like looking up her OnlyFans pictures and they were just tearing her apart.
Diva's making fun of Anissa's lopsided ass. But yeah, she has
it
one
doesn't
butt
surprise
cheek
me.
that sags lower than the other one.
No,
It almost looks like she got like ass cheek implants and like one popped.
Like, I was actually legitimately upset with that ass. Like, and then her tits looked. I'm not going.
No, or
When
human.
you're not born perfect and you know you have a defect, don't have a whole fucking video showing your defect.
Yeah, she was like jiggling the ass and like the floppy ass cheek was like flopping around
Like,
and stuff.
no
That's
bullshit. One ass was here, and I'm not even exaggerating, y'all.
It's not an exaggeration.
One ass was here.
That's devastating. Like, what kind of insecure person does that?
Well, first of all, T-Moss Boss, and second, good job using evidence against yourself, you dumb bitch! So what you're saying is, him making fun of your forehead gets taken down, but him doing all of this has nothing happen to it. Are you serious?
That's the biggest form of fucking hypocritical bullshit that I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Like, I don't understand. It's really weird to me. Like, they must be super insecure with themselves to literally spend all this time like obsessing over other people and doing that.
All this time, you mean a couple of minutes? They did it for comedy purposes. Now, as much as she goes on about how you should never make fun of anyone's appearance, she has done that herself. She has insulted Becky Boop's weight in the past.
Suzy is the bully. Look at her nasty tweet at Instagamer. What a joke. So let's go ahead and just take a look at the screenshot of the tweet. If you put as much effort into losing weight as you do talking trash online, you might actually be pretty. Fata gamer. Hashtag attention whore. That doesn't seem very nice. Some would say that that's cyberbullying. You know, like what I was accused of doing? Interesting.
And before you call me a white knight for Becky Boop, one of my very first videos was about her. And it was, pretty negative. But why do you keep bringing up the whole he must be insecure point? Is it because he's fat?
So let me make this very clear. There's two channels I'm going to talk about here, Tipster and John Swan, because that is the two channels where videos were taken down by YouTube. YouTube. Let me just get that into your head. YouTube. Okay, you heard it here.
Yes, Suzy, YouTube took it down after you flagged it. And before you say, well, YouTube looked over it carefully before they took it down, that's completely bullshit and I'll explain why. About 1 to 2 years ago, me, Manga Common, Ellis Mark, Daft Pina, and I think a few other people talked about a guy called Otaku Studios. He was doing very questionable things and we exposed him for it. But all of our videos were taken down due to copyright. Even though my video, at least as far as I can remember, didn't play a single clip from any of his videos. Also, I heard Otaku Studios is in jail now.
That investigation started because he was harassing a different creator off platform. I want to make that super, super clear.
I don't care if you made it clear or not. You have no evidence and your story doesn't add up.
And let me tell you guys this, to all the people that are like, you have the power to take down all these videos. If I had the power to take down all of these videos, do you think that my search on YouTube would be filled with so much lies, toxicity, people morphing my face, doing all of these things? If I had the power to take down all of this, why is it still there?
Okay, Suzy, no one's saying you have the power to take down any video. You have the power to flag a video, which might get a video taken down. Mundane Matt made the exact same excuse as she did, and he was exposed for flagging multiple videos.
As he himself puts it, what kind of person would take down a video making fun of him crying, but not pull down one that led to people calling him a pedophile?
There's videos that are still up there from last year when Dave Cullen made his video response to me that people are calling me a pedo supporter or a pedo apologist. Those are still up there. Do you think if someone's making fun of me crying over getting a silver play button, I would rather have that thing go down than someone calling me basically a pedophile?
Since then, he has even unlisted certain videos on his channel because he knows that they are risky and that they are dodgy for the community guidelines. And he knows that there is people actually coming actively for him because of his actions.
Suzy, you have done the same thing. You have deleted tens of millions of views worth of videos from your channel. You have deleted several tweets. I don't know why Tipster News did what he did, but I know you did the same thing.
So fine, blame me for everything, even though you have zero proof.
Suzy, we have tons of proof. The only proof you have is that a few people have said a few mean things and have apologized for saying a few mean things. You have shown us a little bit of your flag history, and we know you have flagged a few videos people have made on you. We have several archived tweets of you bragging about getting videos taken down or threatening to take videos down. Hell, you exposed yourself in this video alone.
That is what happened. And that's all that happened.
Actually, it's not all that happened. Suzy Lu has gotten her channel suspended a couple of times, but it keeps coming back. Why does it keep getting taken down? Because she reacts to full episodes of anime. To get around this problem, she regionally blocked Japan from watching her videos.
Suzy Lu isn't protected under safe harbor laws. She isn't hosting other people's content. She's uploading her own, which means that to stop her from using their content, Tokyo TV will sue her. It seems to curb this, Suzy Lu originally blocked the website in Japan. Suzy, why did you think this would work?
Suzy, I thought you were innocent. Why would you do that?
In regards to the other channel in question, sorry, I forgot his name. John Swan.
Wow, she's so big and popular, she forgot his name. And I'm guessing she reminded herself what his name was by looking at her flag history. Also, how do you forget a name like John Swan? Just think of JonTron. It's easy.
I don't like where this is going.
The video barely had any views or anything like that, but it came to my attention on my Discord.
Well, now it's back up and it has over 200,000 views. Suzy, have you ever heard of the Streisand effect? The more you try to censor it, the more popular it becomes. Also, his video has more views than the video of yours I'm covering now.
Where the entire video was basically just talking about the size of my forehead, going on about my features. You don't get to do things like that.
I watched John Swan's video on you. Not once did he make fun of your forehead. He did make a video doing nothing but making fun of your forehead on his second channel. That was taken down. He was originally going to put that clip in, but since you took it down, he decided not to add it in. But you took the video down regardless. So if you make fun of her, she takes it down. If you don't, she still takes it down.
Damn if you do, damn if you don't.
At the end of the day, people say, oh, but it was just a joke. It was about me, and I didn't think it was funny.
Well, you're a woman, so you obviously don't know what jokes are. Okay, guys, I'm kidding. Women can be funny. Calm down. But in all seriousness, humor is subjective. You're not the judge on jokes, Suzy Lu.
At the end of the day, people can send their audience over to me all they want.
It's funny how people bully others for months and then play victim when karma comes back around. Sending your 5-year-old fans to dislike and hate on my appearance won't change a thing. I've never sent my fans to do anything like that. Not once.
To be like, you shouldn't ever report any videos. Oh, okay, so we'll just see dodgy videos on YouTube. But you know what? Bless the person that uploaded it. I know I can see up that child skirt, but I won't report that.
Suzy, no one is saying you can never flag a video. They're saying you shouldn't flag any video anyone makes on you. I myself have flagged videos of people filming themselves jerking off. And there's something seriously wrong with you if you think someone filming a girl up her skirt is the same thing as someone making fun of your forehead. This is the part where I seriously had to take a break from working on this video. She is trying to strawman her opponent so hard, and she's so bad at it.
I won't use a feature that's on the website, no.
Yeah, I keep hearing this argument from several people on YouTube. It's a feature, so I should be allowed to use it. Yeah, use it, but use it properly. Suzy, go throughout your flagging history. How many videos have you flagged of someone filming up a child's skirt, and how many videos have you flagged of people making fun of you? I'm genuinely curious.
And it blows my mind. These people are so manipulative. It is crazy to me. It is so crazy.
A use of words expressing something other than their literal intention. Now that is irony.
Very, very clear to people. YouTube are the ones that took the videos in question down. It doesn't matter if I reported them. I know for a fact there was many other people that also reported that video before I even got to it. YouTube told me.
Yep, YouTube told you, and you have no proof of it. Now, I understand I already talked about this point earlier on in the video, but I just wanted to show this because she repeats herself several times throughout this video. The video would be half as long if she didn't repeat herself. You guys watching my video may not think it's so bad, but trust me, this was a pain to sit through.
My fans were unhappy with that. What do people expect? Obviously, there's people out there that no matter what you say, they will support me. And when they see things like that, they'll get upset by it. It's so obvious. Do you know what I mean?
Wow, another strawman argument. Suzy, it is obvious. Everybody already knows. If you talk about a YouTuber, especially a big one, their fans are going to be upset. I gotten several hate comments from Madstar Media's fan base. And all their comments prove that they haven't watched my video on him. But my video didn't get taken down. If I get hate comments from your fans, I won't care. If my video gets taken down, I'm going to be pissed.
People are believing everything. They are blind little sheep.
Now that is irony.
If YouTube want to clamp down on this kind of content, then that's up to them. At the end of the day, people can mass report my videos. How many of my videos have come down because you mass reported them? How much power does the mass report button actually have? None.
Suzy, it does have power. Again, you showed us your flag history. Either A, you know it has power and you're using it to take videos down, or B, you know it doesn't have power and you're wasting your time. And your channel has been taken down multiple times, so I don't know what you're talking about. Either you're an idiot, a liar, or both.
Usually both.
Was your channel deleted a couple of days after Christmas? No, mine was.
I got the email to my old YouTube channel perma-hacked right as I was starting to blow up. I had to start over with less than 10,000 subscribers. Don't act like you're all high and mighty and the only person who has problems on YouTube.
There's stuff that all creators go through, but we have to take responsibility for what we put up.
Yeah, like reacting to full, unedited episodes of anime.
Absolutely no commentary channel has reached out to me to try and get any information to actually make a video with facts. Everybody is literally trying their hardest to do videos on me just now, spin it to whatever the hell they want it to be.
We may not have an updated copy of a flag history, but we do have archived versions of tweets where you've admitted to it. To say that we don't have proof is just blatantly false because you've admitted to it. Let me show you a tweet here in response to Cinna where he asked if you have ever reported me. You responded with, I reported his channel a long time ago. He made a ton of videos on me full of completely false information. Again, I've given you and Stejo multiple opportunities to reach out to me with any evidence you have debunking my claims. I've done that multiple times, and not once have you reached out to me with anything. You or Stejo. What is up, guys? I'm not going to do my usual intro for this video because if I'm being completely honest, I'm going to try to keep my cool here. But I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty pissed right now because, you know I normally do a news channel and stuff like that, and people, will criticize me and talk smack or whatever pretty frequently. But if someone's going to make lies about me, I'm going to defend myself. And that's what's happening right now with Suzy Lu, because she just put out a video where she tries to demonize me and label me as someone who goes around harassing people. And this video is just littered with lies. Now, before I get into it, I don't have any plan for this video. I'm just going to kind of talk off the cuff. But before I get into this video, I want to make something crystal fucking clear right now. Do not harass Suzy Lu. Do not dislike her videos. Do not leave mean comments on her videos. Do not harass her on Twitter or anything like that. Because these are things that, contrary to the way she tries to make it seem, I do not condone these things. Now, I want to get into this. I'm going to bring up her video here. She puts out this video called The Real Tea. And this video is just littered with lies and manipulation. And I'm going to explain why I feel that way. In this video, she claims that I have a reputation for harassing other creators and that I'm on YouTube's radar. That they got a complaint from another creator. I believe she indicated that it was a female creator. She got a complaint from them, or rather YouTube got a complaint from them, and YouTube reached out to her to ask her opinion on this complaint. I don't buy that, if I'm being completely honest. I literally went through my entire back catalog of videos to find a single video where, did I go too far in a particular situation? Maybe I did something that I didn't intend to be harassment, but they viewed it that way. I could find nothing in my channel. For those of you guys who aren't familiar with my channel, I do a news show. I report the news on what's going on the web, trending news on the web. I cover like social media influencers, stuff like that. YouTubers, Twitch streamers, Instagram models, whatever. Basically think of it like a low budget version of TMZ for online influencers, that sort of thing. But I don't harass people in my videos. I'm very critical of people who do bad things on the platform. That's what I do. Now, I have a podcast that I do one time a week with my co-hosts, Zaphenix Diva and Biscuit Basher. And on that podcast, we do like to have a little bit of fun with the subject matter. We'll crack jokes, we'll say memes, and all kinds of stuff like that. We go hard on that. It's kind of like a shock jock radio style show, right? But even then, I wouldn't say that we harass anyone. We're very transparent with the fact that we don't want anyone to be harassed based on jokes or opinions that we express in our podcast. At no time whatsoever have I ever encouraged my audience to harass anyone, nor have I done anything that I view as harassment to anyone. But Suzy Lu would have you believe that I have a reputation on this platform for harassing people, and that other content creators have complained to YouTube about that. And for whatever reason, YouTube came to her for her opinion on me being a serial harasser, supposedly. I don't buy that for a couple of reasons. The first one that I want to bring to your guys' attention, let's take a look at my flag history on my channel. In the 13 years that I have been a YouTube content creator, the only time my content has been flagged down via a community guideline strike on YouTube is Suzy Lu related videos. Last year, unfortunately it says content unavailable, but last year she flagged down an interview I did with a lawyer, where I discussed whether or not Mark After Dark's clip, that's the clip she flagged down last year for a copyright strike, whether his clip was fair use, whether what she did was an abuse of the copyright strike system, and whether content that she had re-uploaded from other sources was used in a matter that constitutes fair use. An interview with a lawyer is harassment. Explain how that makes sense to anyone. How me conducting an interview with a lawyer is harassment. It makes no sense. That was literally the first ever community guideline strike I have ever gotten in the history of my channel. A Suzy Lu video. Then we look at these three videos here. These are the ones that were flagged down recently. These are clips from my podcast, which, like I said, we tell jokes on the podcast. We let loose a little bit. We have a little bit of fun with the topics we're talking about. It's very much a shock jock radio style show where we have fun with the topics that we're talking about. These are all Suzy Lu related videos. Let's look at the titles. Suzy Lu reveals master plan to continue stealing anime. Boo-hoo for poor little Suzy Lu. Karma comes down hard on Suzy Lu. These are all Suzy Lu related videos. So explain to me how, if I have a history of harassing other creators, why have the only videos that have ever been taken down on my channel been Suzy Lu's videos? Let's ask another question too. If I am on YouTube's radar for supposedly harassing creators, why haven't they just terminated my channel then? If they are really that concerned about the content on my channel, they could just nuke me the same way they did Monkey Jones. Why haven't they done that if I have a history for harassing creators? This doesn't make any sense. In addition to that, I don't buy her story because of the fact that if YouTube approached Suzy Lu with someone else's concerns about me or any information about my channel, that would be a violation of their privacy policy. As a matter of fact, I would have grounds to issue a lawsuit against YouTube if they were sharing personal information about me and my channel with another creator. I don't think YouTube would put themselves in that position. So I highly doubt this story is accurate. But if by some chance this did happen and there's another creator out there that feels like I was harassing them, again, I went through my back catalog to try and find something. I couldn't find anything that would be considered harassment against another creator. Jokes about someone is not harassment, and criticism about someone is not harassment. I dug deep in my content to try and find anything that would even remotely be considered harassment. I found nothing. But if by some slim chance what she's saying is true about me, I'm looking into the camera right now, and I'm talking to whoever this person is, because Suzy Lu didn't say who this was, and she didn't reveal any evidence that she had any communications with YouTube. No proof whatsoever that this actually happened, okay? But if by some chance there is another creator out there that I've covered on my channel, and they feel like I've harassed them in the course of my content, I want to welcome you to reach out to me so we can have a conversation about it. And if you really do feel like I ever harassed you in the coverage of my reporting, sincerely from the bottom of my heart right now, I apologize. I'll be honest, I doubt that's ever happened. I doubt this story that Suzy Lu provided no evidence of is true. But if it is, from the bottom of my heart, I sincerely apologize if anyone has ever felt harassed by the content I do. At the end of the day, on my typical news videos, I'm just reporting the news of what's going on in the community. And there have been situations where creators have been concerned about my content. Maybe something I said in my content wasn't entirely accurate. Maybe they had counter evidence proving that what was said in one of my videos, based on the evidence I presented, was false. And they've shown me proof that these things are false. And you want to know how I've responded to that? I don't be disrespectful to those creators. I'm not a complete asshole to them. If they can show me proof that what they're saying is true, I'll take down the video, I'll issue a retraction, and I'll make it right. I've done it several times in the past. I'll give you an example. Bad Bunny. She reached out to me when I did a video on her. And she said, hey, you know what? I don't know if you know this about me, but I play a character in my videos. So this whole skit about me, demanding money from my fans, it's a skit. It's a bit. I play a character. And I made sure to note that on my video. I said, hey, Bad Bunny reached out to me, and this is what she said, that she plays a character, that this is all an act. And I made sure to set the record straight, and Bad Bunny was happy about that. She said, thank you for making that correction. I appreciate that. I have no problem issuing corrections if I need to on my content. And I've even given Suzy Lu and Stejo multiple opportunities to debunk the things they claim that are false in my videos. You want to know how many times Suzy Lu and Stejo have reached out to me to correct the record? 0. Not once. I honestly don't believe that what I do is harassment. I've reported on countless creators, whether it's on my normal news videos or whether it's on my podcast. And the thing is, as public creators, public figures, we're not immune to criticism, and people will make fun of us. Countless times people have called me fat, a basement dweller, claiming that I live with my parents and all this stuff that's like, they're making fun of me and it's false. And I don't strike that stuff down, or I don't report those accounts or anything like that, because I'm a public figure. People are going to criticize me and they're going to make fun of me, and that's fine. They are free to say whatever the fuck they want about me. Anything. The only times I've ever flagged down videos or flagged down comments and stuff like that is if they're revealing my personal information in those comments or in those videos. Aside from that, if people want to make fun of me, who cares? If people want to criticize me, who cares? They're free to do that. But I've never run into a situation where a creator, especially with as big of a platform as Suzy Lu, has been so sensitive about criticism that she would flag down videos like this. I mean, by her standards here and by YouTube standards here, talk show hosts should be flagged down off of YouTube. They make fun of people all the time. Stand-up comedians. Are we essentially going to say that comedy isn't allowed on this platform now because Suzy Lu said so? That sounds blatantly ridiculous. So again, I don't believe for a second this notion that I have a reputation for harassing creators. If anything, I've heard constantly from people, Tipster, why do people get so upset with you? Of all the people who cover drama on YouTube, you're the most laid back. You're the most chill. Why does everybody have a problem with you? And I'll be honest, I don't know. Maybe because I'm so laid back and I'm so, nice to people and stuff like that, that's viewed as weakness. And so they think they can just fuck with me because I'm the nice guy. I can't explain it. I don't know. And that's fine. If people don't like me, they don't like me. If people want to be critical of me, they can be critical of me. If they want to make fun of me for my appearance, have at it. I don't have a problem with people doing that. I think it's nuts. And she says that in several tweets or whatever, she implies that I've sent my fans to attack her and stuff like that. That's never happened. I've told my audience the opposite. Don't harass the people that I talk about in my videos. Don't bother them. Don't dislike their videos and stuff like that. I don't approve of those things. In fact, I've seen things that people have said about her on her social media posts and in Twitter replies and stuff like that that I don't agree with. I've seen people try to dox her. I disavow that. I've seen people tell her to kill herself. Again, I disavow that. I do not approve of people harassing you simply because I was critical of you in one of my videos. That's simply not the case. She also says that there's no evidence of the claims made against her. My videos are littered with evidence. Even in regards to these strikes, do we have an up-to-date listing of her report history? No, we don't. There's definitely a screenshot out there of her revealing her report history on Augie's show last year, so we know she flags videos. But she's saying that she doesn't flag videos and there's no proof of it. We may not have an updated copy of a flag history, but we do have archived versions of tweets where you've admitted to it. To say that we don't have proof is just blatantly false because you've admitted to it. Let me show you a tweet here in response to Cinna where he asked if you have ever reported me. You responded with, I reported his channel a long time ago. He made a ton of videos on me full of completely false information. Again, I've given you and Stejo multiple opportunities to reach out to me with any evidence you have debunking my claims. I've done that multiple times, and not once have you reached out to me with anything. You or Stejo. I have evidence to back up my claims, and you haven't presented anything. YouTube are well aware of his channel and many others who try to push the boundaries of what is acceptable on the site. Here's another tweet where you basically gloat about the fact that you flagged videos and you threaten that it's going to keep happening. It's funny how people bully others for months and then play victim when karma comes back around. Sending your 5-year-old fans to dislike and hate on my appearance won't change a thing. I've never sent my fans to do anything like that. Not once. This is just the beginning. That is a threat. You are threatening to continue to abuse the reporting system, to try to flag down criticism. Here's another tweet. I don't mass flag videos, only ones I'm unhappy with. Tipster is already on YouTube's radar for harassing other creators on and off platform. It's a bit deeper than people think, and not only to do with me. Who am I harassing? Who? You provided no proof that I've ever harassed anyone. You just said it. Where is the proof? I have proof to back up the things that I say about you, so where is your proof against me? If you can provide valid proof that I have harassed someone and that someone came to YouTube to complain about me harassing them, I will 100% own up to it. But I can't think of a single instance where I've harassed anyone. I don't even view the content I've created on you as harassment. You may disagree with me, and that's fine. You're free to disagree with me. But I can't think of anyone that I've ever harassed, ever. Criticizing someone for bad behavior is not harassment. And telling some lighthearted jokes on a podcast is not harassment. It's just not. Another thing she tried to do in this video, she tried to use my own words against me. After the flags went down, I appeared on, I think it was Augie's show. I believe that's the clip that she showed there. And I said, should I have made fun of her forehead? No, I probably shouldn't have. That's me acknowledging that, hey, you know what? Maybe that was too far. And maybe I shouldn't have done that. That doesn't mean that I knew ahead of time that someone was going to flag my videos because they can't handle a little bit of joking and tomfoolery. Like I said, I've been doing this a long time. I've never had a situation like that happen before where someone got so upset about a simple joke that they decided to flag down my videos. People make fun of me all the time, and I don't get upset about it. People make fun of all kinds of creators, big and small. Most of them don't get upset about it. I've never seen someone with as big a platform as Suzy get upset about harmless jokes. But she tried to use my words against me there to indicate that I knew when I created that content that it broke YouTube's rules. Newsflash, I didn't know. I was simply willing to accept that maybe that was wrong and own up to my potential mistake. Something that Suzy's not willing to do. Suzy won't own up to her mistakes. But I do. When I make mistakes, I've never understood YouTubers not being able to just own up to their mistakes and apologize. They could avoid so much trouble if they would just own up to shit when they do something wrong. So many of these YouTubers drag it out and refuse to apologize or refuse to admit they did anything wrong. It's not that hard to just admit that you were wrong and apologize. I don't see why that is so difficult for people. But me saying that maybe I shouldn't have, looking back in hindsight, you know, they say hindsight's 20/20. I didn't know that content was going to get flagged when I uploaded it. So for you to pretend like I knew I was breaking the rules when I uploaded that content is just false, and it's manipulative. I can't think of anything else that I want to respond to in regards to me, but I do want to defend John Swan on something here too. When John Swan was working on his video about Suzy Lu, we were talking about it in a private conversation. He was sharing updates with us on the video that he was working on. And he uploaded a preview of a segment that was meant to be in that video, where he analyzed the size of Suzy Lu's forehead. Now, about a week after that video got uploaded, it was struck down by Suzy Lu. And he immediately came to us in private and he said, I'm going to remove that part of the video from the video. I'm not going to include it in the final video because I know it's just going to get flagged down again. And he removed that. He removed that entire segment about Suzy Lu's forehead from the video. And she blatantly lied to her audience today in this video. She said that after that video got flagged, the little teaser, that he still included that segment in his final video, knowing that what he did was wrong. That is blatantly false, Suzy. You just lied to your audience. That segment was not in the video. There are dozens of re-uploads of that video all over YouTube. Go ahead and look one of them up. You will not see that segment in that video because it was cut. It was completely removed from the video. You just lied to your audience about John Swan. What you said was false. A lot of what you said in this video is false. I don't know what else to say about this situation. I just felt the need to come out and talk about this because I had someone lying on me. And I feel like I have a right to defend myself if someone's going to lie on me. Suzy, I don't hate you. I dislike you because you've tried to flag down my videos and that you can't own up to your mistakes, but I don't hate you. And I don't want anyone to harass you. I don't even necessarily want you to get in trouble with these anime companies or anything like that, or get terminated off of YouTube. I don't want that from you. I just want you to admit that you were wrong and apologize to the people that you need to apologize for. That's it. How hard is that? And again, I've said this dozens of times in my recent videos on you. I would be more than happy to stop talking about you. Quite frankly, I'm sick of covering you on my channel. But I run a news show, and people come to me for the news of what's going on in the community. And as long as you're doing things that justify reporting on my show, I'm going to report it. You're not going to scare me away, Suzy. And you're not going to blatantly lie to people that I go around harassing other creators. It's just not true. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I really wanted to get that off my chest because I don't take too kindly to people telling blatant lies about me. Anyway, guys, that's all I have to say. Sorry this wasn't a more interesting video. I just had to share my thoughts about this. Take care, everyone.
I have seen some bad response videos before, but this clearly takes the cake. It is probably the worst response to criticism I have ever witnessed, at least on YouTube, that I can remember. That said, as always, I will do my best to stick to the facts, however spirited I may get, and I will ask that you stay on this video and that your fervor, if you're looking to react, you know, there's a nice little thumbs button, there's a comment. and you can share it, because some of the claims that Suzy Lu made are absolutely absurd, including but not limited to having inside sources at Google that answered her on whether or not she was being investigated. Source claims that she has insiders at YouTube who reached out to her unprompted about a channel with 10,000 subscribers at the time to ask her her opinion on what they should do with her, and then also informed her of the ongoing investigation of said channel. Which, first of all, if it's true, Suzy Lu, as you say in your video, only you know, prove it. Take the emails where YouTube, as you put it, these are your words, YouTube reached out to you and asked you about a YouTube channel, and you responded. Just redact the name. I want to see the email. You can send it to thequartering@gmail.com. I won't publish it. If you have that email where YouTube, as you put it, reached out to you unprompted to ask about a channel that made videos about you, I don't believe you. I don't believe you picked up the phone and called Google today to verify if they were investigating you. If you did, if you had some sort of communication with them, I would like to see some evidence of that. Because as it stands right now, I don't believe you.
I don't believe you.
I work with Google every single day. My ad agency manages nearly $15 million in spend. I can pick up the phone and talk to somebody. You can't. Nobody at Google is picking up the phone to talk about YouTube drama. I don't believe you.
You're upset that I don't believe you.
I am.
Nobody believes
I'm sorry. I just don't believe you. You have not persuaded me. I'm sorry. What do you want me to do? Tell you that I believe you when I don't?
No.
Yes.
No, I don't.
I don't believe you. I asked you, have you told, is everything you've told me the truth? You said yes. That's just simply not true.
It is the truth. Everything that I've told you has been the truth.
I don't believe you.
On top of the utterly crazy strategy of simply saying people are just jealous of you, there are many other things in this video that I need to respond to. I'll have my editor cut as much as he can and obscure as much as he can, because I know you think that you own the copyright to videos that you put online, which is curious because all that anime you upload
To go even further beyond!
No, stop it!
Suzy Lu.
I mean, it's just awfully convenient that your videos of your face are not protected and are fair use. But those full-length anime episodes of Naruto that you upload, that is fair use. Let's get into this, in my opinion, absolute train wreck of a video. Now I'll cut out the irrelevant parts or parts that I don't have time to respond to, because I know for a fact people put out these long apology videos because they know no one's going to watch them all the way through. And I'm not going to put up a 60-minute response video. So I may react to this in two parts if people are interested, but I want to take a look at only the most juicy, most delectable bites first. And by the way, I like reaction channels. I just don't like liars.
Welcome back to the channel. I bet you guys were expecting the typical... We need to talk, guys.
But you literally just did it. Anyway.
Basically, YouTube already came out and they had a tweet. They informed the people that were affected why they took down some YouTube videos. And as far as I was concerned, like when I seen that, I was like, oh, thank God for that. Do you know what I mean? Because people were looking at me and they were like, it was you. You did all this. You did all this. And it's...
But Suzy Lu did admit to, in this video, not only flagging down at least 2 videos, but also admitted to her fandom doing it. And let me be very clear to my fans. I would never, ever support this kind of behavior. And I know you all know better. Now, I know some people are reaching out to the anime creators This is definitely in the gray area. But in terms of YouTube, I would never support that.
The reason I wasn't going to say anything is because at the end of the day, the people admitted that they knew that their videos were a little bit on the sketchy side.
Will I say that maybe it was too far to go for the forehead jokes?
Now, I wonder if Tipster is going to issue a copyright claim on this video because she's using his likeness. Again, you'll see a reoccurring theme in this video, and that is the ends justify the means.
We're indoors. It's boring. I get it. Like, I have been going out of my mind as well with absolute boredom, but I don't use that as an excuse to start a witch hunt against someone. Can't relate.
Oh, she's just so above it all. I don't know if this is intentional, but boy, in my opinion, the attitude here is not one of contrition, one of absolute defiance. And fine. We'll see how this plays out for you in terms of the marketplace of viewers for your channel. It's already bleeding about 1,000 subscribers a day. We'll see what tomorrow brings.
So this is when it kind of all like kicked off. This is when it started. Basically, back then, I came across a creator that I was really unhappy with how he had used my video. Like, it wasn't a video that was criticizing me.
Again, to be clear, Suzy Lu, in my opinion here, is admitting that the reason she struck that video is simply she didn't like it.
And I think what's even weirder was that he never even referenced my clip in his video.
He doesn't have to.
It's like, why was it there? There was absolutely no point.
It was a joke.
It was a joke.
Huh? That's why it was there. I mean, you know this.
I made a funny.
And that was why I issued a strike, because I wanted it taken down.
Okay. So she admits, to start it all out, that her emotional response was to strike. Now, later in the video, she does say that she reached out and retracted that.
I gotta say, I just didn't really think anything of it. It was just one
right.
of those
Why
things.
would you?
I was like, I don't like the way you're using that. Get rid of it. I'm done with that. And then it kind of blew up a lot more than I guess I expected.
Are you kidding me? You didn't think YouTubers will be mad that another YouTuber's like, meh, I don't like that they're making fun of me. Strike.
YouTube.
Gone. No big deal. Moving on with my life with my insiders at YouTube and Google and my PR firm.
So fast forward a little bit from that, I ended up actually speaking to the guy in question. I retracted the strike, and that was that.
Good.
Or as far as I was concerned, that was that. Because that's what people were kicking off about. They were kicking off like, oh, you used copyright. We're not happy about this, blah, blah, blah. And
blah, blah,
not
blah.
any of their business. But anyway, the strike came off. That was the end of that as far as I was concerned. So went back to doing my gaming. And then I started doing reactions to anime style content, and then boom, it all kind of blew up again. People were unhappy with the style of content I was doing, which in my opinion, okay, like that's fine. It's none of your business. Like,
that's fair. That's a fair response. There are a lot of people that don't like my content.
So basically the reactions, they done amazing. Like they done the best I've ever seen. I mean, it was a crazy couple of months. But over the course of that, people were still attacking me for the content I was doing.
I have a problem with this language. It's purposeful that people use words like harassment and attack videos because that is the language of YouTube's community guidelines, right? It's as if to say all criticism is an attack, which, look, even though my criticism has been spirited, I hope that she doesn't think I'm attacking her. I'm only addressing the ideas.
I don't know if it was out of jealousy. There was a lot of views that were coming in.
Don't.
Awkward.
Don't. Ooh.
What the f?
If you're criticizing me, you must be jealous. off.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for
the channel, and people were just seriously unhappy with it. They were basically trying to white knight the anime companies or whatever, and it was just a little bit weird.
She's not wrong. People are caping for the anime companies now because they don't like the things that you've done. So you understand then.
Basically, they were getting harassed by Tipster off YouTube. It was happening on Twitter.
I actually don't know who this
they
is.
They threatened her, and it really, really upset her. And she complained to YouTube. And YouTube came to me.
This is... God, I do not believe it. Again, at the time, Tipster was probably a 10,000 sub channel. I don't know. We're supposed to believe that YouTube reached out to you. By the way, a relatively nothing burger creator on their platform, right? I mean, I have double the subscribers you do, and nobody from YouTube just reaches out to me to see how Jeremy's doing. I don't believe you that this happened. And why on God's green earth would they reach out to Suzy Lu of all people? Seriously. I'm asking Suzy Lu for you to take me through like a child through the logic of this. They have a problematic YouTuber, as you put it. Why in God's green earth would they reach out to you? Second of all, why are they reaching out to any other creators about an ongoing investigation? That feels like a major breach.
Nothing had happened. Do you know what I mean? Like, between the first strike to this point, nothing had happened. But this person was like...
She's almost happy about it, in my opinion.
Relentless. Like, they were obsessed. It was kind of strange. Like, no matter what I would do, whether it was, like, making my own website, whether it was, like, changing...
Oh, see, now this is disingenuous, too. The video about your website was not that, oh, Suzy Lu has a website. It was that he believed, and I like I do, you're using that website to skirt being flagged by bots on YouTube. That's why you have that website, in my opinion. And that's why it was newsworthy. It wasn't just that, oh, look, there's a website. Her ability to gaslight her viewers is legendary.
So when YouTube approached me...
Again, I don't believe that this happened. You can make... There's no way YouTube just picked up the phone and called you. If this happened, there's an email. And by the way, you had the time to put overlays in this video, right? You had time to put overlays in this video, but you didn't show that. Why? You could have redacted their name. This is a very, very big claim.
I told them, I was like, yep, like this person recently even tried to become a Patreon of mine to subtly try and get information.
Investigate.
On what I was up to in regards to my website and things like that. So my PR had to shut that down. And it was like, what's your problem, mate? Like, what is your problem? So between that time, YouTube were doing an investigation into this channel because they had had numerous complaints.
Again, on what planet is YouTube telling one creator about another creator and a potential investigation? I don't believe this happened, and if it did happen, this is a serious breach.
They didn't tell me anything. Like, basically, I got a couple of messages on my Discord that were like, oh, have you seen that they've taken 3 videos down from Tipsters? And I was like, what? And I even...
But I thought you were intimately involved in the investigation.
Said at the time, I was like, see if they've taken videos that just have my name attached to them, like, I'm gonna be pissed because I know how that looks.
And that's exactly what they did. Why? Because you were involved from the start. It is my opinion that you reached out to YouTube and complained about the channel. It is my opinion that you sent these specific videos that you had a problem with, and that opinion is fortified by the fact that it is the only videos that came down. You know it, and I know it. By the way, we'll probably edit out this clip, but the clip of Tipster is completely irrelevant. It's just there to poison the well. Yeah, he's being mean, but you know what? When you sell your body on the internet, people are going to be able to make opinions of whether or not they think it's a good investment. Just saying.
So Tipster had an investigation going against his channel.
I don't believe you.
From months ago. And I just want to make it very clear that that investigation started because he was harassing a different creator.
Prove it.
Off platform. I want to make that super, super...
Again, all of this actually is just character hits on Tipster. This is actually a pretty, this part of the video is definitely got some heat behind it. This is a personal attack at Tipster to try and hurt his credibility and try to further drive home that he deserved it.
Clear. And let me tell you guys this, to all the people that are like, you have the power to take down all these videos. If I had the power to
You'd take them all down?
Take down all of these videos, do you think that my search on YouTube would be filled with so much lies, toxicity?
Oh, she's literally saying that. She's literally saying that if she could take them down, she would. This has a huge fallacy in it, too. The idea, now the statement that she's making is simple. Well, I can't take them down. It's YouTube that's doing it. Right. But these videos aren't getting taken down unless somebody flags them.
People morphing my face, doing all of these things. If I had the power to take down all of this, why is it still there?
That means I tried and failed. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. Based on the fact that I'm getting endless complaints on my videos now, it's pretty interesting.
In regards to the other channel in question, sorry, I forgot his name. John Swan.
Oh, come on, Suzy. Come on. You don't know? You watched all 35 minutes of his video and you don't know? Come on, girl.
People were like, have you seen this video? So I had to look at the video.
By the way, Discord seems like a toxic place. That's why I don't use it. This is where all these operations seem to happen, is on Discord.
And they put up a video where the entire video was basically just talking about the size of my forehead, going on about my features.
What?
You don't get.
Oh, hell no! What? A 35-minute video you discount as entirely being about your physical features. That is 100% grade A bull. We know this because John Swan edited out 4 minutes, which did have some light jabs, and YouTube approved the video. So again, gaslighting your followers with misinformation. Do you think they're stupid? Do you think they didn't watch that video?
Oh, I was very vocal about that one. I says to you guys on Twitter or wherever it was, I was like, I didn't like that video.
What is that? It seems like that's code for go flag it down. That's what it seems like in my opinion. These are the same words she used about Tipster's videos. It's the same words she used about Mark After Dark. I don't like that video. That seems like code.
I was pretty annoyed about that video. And all that happened in regards to that video was I had a ton of people come over to me to basically be like, oh my god, look at the size of your forehead. And that's what I was getting constantly. And I was like, no, you can piss off. You know what?
Take the video down.
I'm not happy about that. Again, and this is what blows my mind, is that he also came out and said, okay, that was risky. Shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, the draconian system that we live in, we're not allowed to make any jokes. He acknowledges that. Again, relying exclusively on the ends justify the means. Curious positioning.
That you were in the wrong with what you did.
No, they didn't admit they were in the wrong. They admitted they gave you an opportunity to get them. In this video, you even said they made a mistake.
People can send their audience over to me all they want to be like, you shouldn't ever report any videos. Oh, okay. So we'll just see like dodgy videos on YouTube. But you know what? You know, bless the person that uploaded it. I know I can see up that child skirt, but I won't report that.
That's not the same thing and you know it. Again, misdirection. She must really think her followers are really dim.
Like, obviously people flagged that video to my attention and they had already reported it. So who's to say that my report done absolutely anything?
We don't know, but we know your fans did flag it and we know you did too.
Do you know what I mean? My fans were unhappy with that.
Again, the unhappy.
What do people expect? Obviously, there's people out there that no matter what you say, they will support me. And when they see things like that, they'll get upset by it.
And then they'll what? flag videos down, okay, it's your guys' fault.
Like that, it's so obvious. Do you know what I mean? But I just want to make it so clear to all the people that are trying to drag up things that are so unnecessary, that don't matter to the context of what the F happened. This had nothing to do with copyright.
Again, this is the same argument that Stejo used, because myself included referred to it as copyright instead of the community guidelines system. They've clung on to that as like an excuse, like, well, you said copyright. I didn't use copyright. I used the community guidelines. So get wrecked. Okay. You use community guidelines. You still reported the videos. You openly admit you report the videos. And here you are in a 30-minute video with 6 ad breaks telling everyone to get bent. I actually appreciate the moxie.
I am so sick and tired of seeing people like, she just copy strikes any criticism. Completely false. Find some evidence. Find a screenshot of where I have...
How about all the videos that are getting taken down with your name in the title? How about every video I upload with your name in it is getting various privacy complaints and closed captioning complaints? It has nothing to do with you, though. All my other videos are fine. Wouldn't it have been a legendary response if Suzy Lu had uploaded a video and just disavowed anybody flagging any videos down? Like a 2-minute video of her saying, look, I know you think you're trying to do the best thing for me because you like my content, but I'm asking you to not involve yourself in any of this. Please do not do this. She would have made a legendary comeback. She could have done that in a 2-minute video. I'm sorry if my fans got overzealous. And you know what? I know that I've been, I've been inflammatory. I also acknowledge that you guys crossed the line, and I'm not, and you're not without blame. But I'm telling my viewers, please, please do not do this. She would have come back instantly. It would have been the end of it.
Why would you put your own channel at risk like that when you knew what was going to happen? Like, it's so dumb to me. It's so dumb.
Almost like uploading full anime episodes and only turning the opacity down on your video.
As for the rest of it, because I don't want this video to like drag on and on and on, but
it's already been
rumors
16.
Are ridiculous. Suzy Lu is being investigated by Google.
That's my video.
It's literally not true. The person that was sending those emails was sending them to everyone.
That doesn't mean that it's not true, does it?
Like, we did some investigating our end because we have a contact at Google.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, you used your super secret content. Your contact at Google. Now you have a contact at Google and you have a contact at YouTube. There's some real insider stuff going on here.
It is not true.
Prove it. Prove that you reached out to somebody at Google and they disproved it. You didn't do it over the phone. I know you didn't. So if you did email them, share the emails.
But if I see people who are harassing other creators, if they are harassing me, if they're being downright disgusting, you have literally targeted the wrong person who will just sit back.
Because I'm going to flag you down. This sounds like a threat to me, in my opinion.
And let you do it.
This really, in my opinion, sounds like a threat, doesn't it? Just my opinion, though.
I won't. It's not in my nature. Like, if you're literally going to sit there and just harass people constantly, and YouTube comes to me and says, what's your dealings with this person?
I don't believe YouTube ever came to her. I don't. I believe she flagged videos and opened a conversation with YouTube in the first place.
I'm going to tell them. Do you know what I mean? I'm obviously going to tell them how you impacted me, what you have done over the course of this year, basically.
Pretty sure the worst thing affecting you right now is your behavior, in my opinion, which is leading to thousands of people unsubscribing. But, I mean, what about taking that personal responsibility you keep telling everyone?
Mass reported them. How much power does the mass report button actually have?
A ton. It brings videos to the attention of people who will eventually bring it down. You know this. This is legendarily bad. Look, at another point in this video, I'm done. I'm done responding to it. It's just making me too angry. There's another point in this video I'm going to point out where she says, well, yeah, it could happen to anybody. My channel got taken down through a YouTube glitch. No, it wasn't a YouTube glitch. You were busted by Tokyo TV and they struck all your videos down. It wasn't a glitch. But you didn't take any responsibility for that either. And I'm sure you won't take any responsibility when all these other anime companies start bearing down on you and start enforcing copyright protection on their own content that you are putting behind paywalls on Patreon and monetizing via AdSense on your website. But you won't, I'm sure you'll take all the responsibility for everything that happens because you're all about personal responsibility.
Suzy Lu is a reaction YouTuber with over 370,000 subscribers. As a self-professed businesswoman and control freak, she entertains her fan base of mostly older men by reacting to various animes such as Naruto and My Hero Academia. On the surface, her content is nothing to be too fussed about. Sure, it's lazy, uninspiring, and you wouldn't catch me watching it. But behind that is a brain of deception, fraud, hypocrisy, and corruption. Suzy Lu, along with her boyfriend, Stijo, make the perfect couple. Together, they abuse the YouTube copyright system, systematically flag down people criticizing them, and yet their unethical and illegal behavior is directly protected and promoted by YouTube, with Suzy Lu being a prominent figure in last year's YouTube Rewind. Over the last 12 months, I've been gathering the files. Today, we go through them.
What is up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. There's that much misinformation, false rumors, hate videos, and things like that.
Suzy Lu is a hypocrite. She files a false copyright takedown.
Fair use is such a grey area. That's the thing.
She has one of the smallest egos that I have ever known.
Why would I care to prove my innocence to a bunch of nobodies on the internet? And obviously, if you guys are not aware, there is fair use.
Wait a minute, it's all the stuff talking about the story! Wait a minute!
Yeah,
wait a minute! Suzy, no!
Copyright infringement has been a big topic on this channel and on my Twitter account. From Just Destiny to Onision, I've talked about many instances where individuals and companies have taken advantage of the YouTube copyright system. But there's one case that I've been putting off making a video on because at the time I just didn't think there was enough information to justify a full video. But over the last 12 months, many more developments have occurred that makes this situation impossible to ignore. Let's start at the beginning. On March the 12th, 2019, gaming and reaction YouTuber Suzy Lu filed a copyright strike on a video that was at the time over a year old, created by gaming YouTuber Mark After Dark. Mark included a 23-second clip from one of Suzy Lu's Let's Plays of The Last Guardian VR as the intro for his video about The Last Guardian VR, poking fun at her reaction.
Oh, please don't tell me that's the end of it. No! I want to spend the rest of my life like that. It feels so real. It's not fair. It's not fair. That's made me cry because it was so amazing.
Stop it. Get some help.
Wait. That was it? Yes, folks, this was the clip that offended Suzy Lu so much that she took it down from YouTube. And I say offended because this is certainly a fair use clip. She knows that, and her lawyer boyfriend knows that. Oh yeah, did I forget to mention, her boyfriend studied law.
I have a law degree, and one of the main focuses was international intellectual property law, which, apart from being a mouthful, is a really interesting subject. It's about how people protect their intellectual property via design rights, patents, trademarks, and copyright.
Just keep this in the back of your mind at all times here. Now, understandably, Suzy Lu received a bit of backlash for this strike. Mark After Dark took to Twitter, where a number of very interesting exchanges were had with Suzy Lu.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Twitterversus. Today we will be taking a look at Suzy Lu. After Mark After Dark called her out, she had some pretty interesting responses to the situation. She tweets out, "Dude, literally no one cares what you tweet. You are just a massive loser.
How I picture you? Ha ha! Ha ha! Be gone, nobody!
You steal, you get striked. Maybe ask a channel for permission before you take their content. Will save you a headache in the future.
Thanks for the views anyways, boys. Must suck seeing such a noob get so much attention on your beloved game while you nerds sit in your mum's basement getting 0.
I own the copyright to my face, which is what you used without permission. You were clearly desperate to use someone who gets views to help your video get a boost. LOL, too bad.
Now, as you can tell, we're dealing with a very intelligent individual. It's a good rule of thumb on the internet and in life in general that if you're going to criticize people for doing something, make sure you haven't done the same thing yourself. Otherwise, you'll probably end up looking like a massive hypocrite.
This is the type of stuff on YouTube that pisses me off. This is a live stream. This is a YouTuber doing that live stream. Now, do you see this YouTuber in this video? Or is this stream just pure theft of BBC content? This is pure mainstream media content just being streamed. Here, have a listen.
I haven't got all these numbers there yet, but
there's no commentary or anything over this. It's pure theft of content just so that they can get views. Don't support people like this. This is no better than stealing something directly from someone's house or from a store. It's pure theft and it's bullshit.
Okay then, this brings us to March the 21st, 2019, when Suzy Lu took to her YouTube channel to respond to the criticism she was receiving. This video was filled with misinformation about the copyright system and a piss-poor attempt of her trying to justify her bad decisions made in the past.
I came across this guy who was bragging about doing a video on me. So my mods went and found this video, and it definitely confused me because the start of the video was my content, then it cuts to his content of him playing the Last Guardian VR game. But it was like there was barely any mention of why I was at the start of it. It was like I was only there just for the intro, and then it just kind of cuts to him. So I sent the video to YouTube, asked them about fair use, and YouTube took it down.
Wrong. Due to the Online Copyright Infringement Liability Limitation Act, also called Safe Harbor, YouTube cannot get involved in copyright disputes. YouTube won't get involved in the process because fair use can only be determined in a court of law, as Suzy so aptly proves in the next segment of her video.
Fair use is such a gray area. That's the thing. Like, fair use will only ever really be decided by a judge in court. So I sent the video to YouTube, asked them about fair use, and YouTube took it down. Fair use will only ever really be decided by a judge in court.
As you can see, two completely conflicting statements here.
It's very rare that I will ever actually ask to take down somebody's video, but if you actually saw the video in question, it was not a critique, the person was not talking over it. They literally took my section of the video at the end, zoomed in a little bit, zoomed out, and put some closed captions on it. Now, I have done so much research about this since Monday, and at no point has it fallen under fair use.
Now, a primary figure in the Suzy Lu investigation was Tipster, whose research has been invaluable in the creation of this video. He even brought on YouTube lawyer Ian Corzine for an interview to talk about fair use and how it related to the Suzy Lu case and Mark After Dark's video.
Yeah, of course that clip is fair use. I don't even understand how you can construe it any other way. Mark was making a joke, and it's followed by a direct comment, the Michael Jordan picture, in quote, after she makes her statement.
Now, I have done so much research about this since Monday, and at no point has it fallen under fair use.
Yeah, of course that clip is fair use. I don't even understand how you can construe it any other way.
But this wasn't the original upload of the video. No. You see, Tipster's original upload of this video got taken down with a community guideline strike for bullying and harassment. Yes, an interview with a lawyer about fair use is bullying and harassment. This video's content was not harassment in any way at all, so suspicions started to arise about who could have possibly flagged down his video. And everyone's eyes went straight to Suzy Lu. This leads us to the 31st of March, 2019, where Suzy Lu appeared on an internet news show, RFC After Hours, where she attempted to give justification to some of the things she'd said and done over the past few days. During this stream, Suzy and her boyfriend, Stejo, both showed their YouTube flag history. Stejo's came out clean, But Suzy showing her flag history might be the most iconic moment of all time on this show.
I got 5 minutes.
All right, then show your flag history. We don't need.
We need to see your flag history. I don't care. I want to see your flag history. I mean, this is vital. If you want to prove your innocence, you got to show your flag history.
Why would I care to prove my innocence to a bunch of nobodies on the internet?
Oh, definitely not guilty. You flagged Tipster. Oh, no. You got to see video. We can't see that.
We need the screen share.
We need the screen share.
Whoa. Hold on.
Lots of GG Reloaded, though.
Yeah, lots of GG Reloaded. Wait.
Look on the right-hand side. Scroll down.
This is not a good look, Suzy.
Wait a minute! All this stuff talking about the story! Wait a minute!
Yeah, wait!
Suzy, no!
I'm a channel over 100,000 subscribers. When you hit that point, you get your own personal partner manager. So ultimately, I've been speaking with many different people at YouTube this week. So they are aware of the situation, and they're at that point where the channels have been flagged, and basically they're just looking into it at this point. And I know for a fact that a lot of the videos, they're just hate videos for the sake of it, you know. So the channels in question are currently being investigated, so that's some really good news. Yeah, I'm leaving it in YouTube's hands now. They're aware of literally all the hate videos, and they're looking into them all, so.
In the meantime, Suzy's boyfriend, Stejo, made a video defending Suzy and her actions. And needless to say, some of the points were rather interesting.
Suzy Lu has an ego. Okay, I beg to differ, knowing her better than, pretty much anyone. She routinely entertains hundreds of thousands of people a day. That's ego-worthy, if you ask me. I mean, that's something to be proud of. But I can tell you from my own experience living with a woman that she has one of the smallest egos that I have ever known.
Why would I care to prove my innocence to a bunch of nobodies on the internet?
She still thinks that she's a tiny YouTuber, just entertained a couple of friends.
Ah yes, Suzy Lu, one of the smallest egos ever to exist. The same person who doesn't want to prove her innocence to a bunch of nobodies on the internet, and the person who, in 2017, told McDonald's workers on strike for higher wages to go and get an actual decent job. Now we go there. Nope, no, not at all.
And I'm not going to get a funny argument about fair use. They say it's a false copyright strike, and I've got something that'll fix every one of your funny videos. It ain't false. It's only a false copyright strike if it's not from the copyright holder. You cannot issue a false copyright strike. This isn't false because she owns the copyright. Whether or not you think it's fair use is absolutely all to do with it. You have to not own the copyright to issue a false strike. This is idiotic. You people are morons.
This clip is the reason I question the legitimacy of Stejo's credentials. He clearly doesn't understand fair use or copyright law as he defends Suzy taking down Mark After Dark's clip. But then he also completely misrepresents what a false strike is. A false strike is not a legal term. It's just a name used for a takedown that a party might feel to be incorrect or unjustified.
For you to give criticism, you require respect. I need to respect your opinion enough to take your criticism. If you're a random little cop on the internet who's never shown any interest in my channel or absolutely anything that I've done before, I don't respect you, and therefore your criticism is nonsense.
Now the reason Stejo and Suzy have such an issue with any amount of hate or criticism is because of this mindset right here. If you only take criticism from your immediate audience, who's going to call you out when you mess up? Your diehard fans who blindly follow your every word? No, it's got to be someone outside of your immediate circle who can take an objective view. So, in the words of Stejo,
you people are morons.
Now, there are many more shenanigans in this Suzy Lu story that I'm not going to cover here, and I would have told you to check out Tipster's videos on her, but just yesterday, Suzy Lu mass flagged a bunch of Tipster's videos on her, and they were taken down with a community guidelines strike for, you guessed it, harassment and cyberbullying. I can only assume that she was trying to deter me from uploading this video. Once again, I'm pretty certain that she has someone at YouTube that run all these strikes through without much interference from a review team, but of all the people to pick for this special treatment, why Suzy Lu? The same person who's been called out countless times by the community. At this point, Suzy Lu has overstepped big time, and if she doesn't start to change her tune, larger and larger creators will start to cover this story and make the criticism impossible to ignore. For many months after this initial set of videos and responses from Suzy Lu, she kinda just went under the radar. She did her own thing and minded her own business, and during that time, she started to transition her content from gaming to reactions, namely anime reactions. So with this in mind, let's take a look at Suzy Lu's current content and see what high-tier stuff she's making recently. Yes, I'm not kidding. These are the reaction videos she's making now. And if you think I'm making it look worse than it is, just take a look at her channel yourself. If she does give a reaction to anything, it's usually just some sort of exclamation which adds absolutely nothing to the video and isn't a comment of any sort.
Daddy! Oh, guy! See ya!
Great stuff, Suzy. Now, after Suzy Lu found some success with these reactions, Steejo decided to do them as well. And you guessed it, they're just as bland. Now, apart from being bad content, it also, most likely, breaks copyright law. At the time of writing, I took her most recent Naruto Shippuden reaction and edited it down to all the parts when she speaks or has any sort of exclamation. Out of the 18-minute and 7-second video, she speaks for a whopping 3 minutes and 30 seconds. And if you do the math, 81% of the video is content that does not belong to her.
Damn! Hats off!
It doesn't require a genius to see this content does not satisfy fair use, but let's go through the 4 factors anyway because I want to flex on the haters. The first factor of fair use is the purpose and character of the use, including whether such use is of a commercial nature or is for non-profit educational purposes. Although no factor is independently determinative, the heart of fair use inquiry is the first factor, whether the use is transformative by adding something new with a further purpose or different character. The central purpose of this investigation is to see whether the new work adds something new, altering the first with new expression, meaning, or message. Now, I would say that Suzy Lu's use of these almost full-length anime episodes is certainly not transformative. What is she adding to this at all? Is she altering the work with new expression, meaning, or message? I would say not. She isn't actually changing the intent of the anime at all. A bit ironic when you compare it with just a few months back when she said fair use had to be a criticism or critique.
If you actually saw the video in question, it was not a critique, the person was not talking over it.
The second factor, the nature of the copyrighted work, is rarely found to be determinative, so we can pretty much just ignore this factor entirely. The third statutory use factor turns on whether the amount and sustainability of the portion used in relation to the copyrighted work as a whole is reasonable in relation to the purpose of the copying. In assessing this factor, the courts consider not only the quantity of the material used, but also their quality and importance. The crux of this inquiry is whether no more content was taken than necessary, given the purpose and character of the allegedly infringing use. Suzy Lu is using large portions of the original animes, adding minimal reactions and commentary that doesn't change anything in line with the first factor, and she's certainly not taking only what is necessary. So, to be honest, right now this doesn't look good for Suzy. The fourth factor is perhaps the most scathing for Suzy Lu. This factor applies to the effect of the use upon the potential market for or value of the copyrighted work, and concerns whether the secondary use usurps the market of the original work. A defendant usurps the original work's market when the infringer's target audience and the nature of the infringing content is the same as the original. Thus, the more transformative the secondary use, the less the likelihood that the secondary use substitutes for the original. I'm going to answer this question with another question. Who is watching these videos? I think it's pretty clear that the people watching these anime reactions are fans of the anime that she's viewing. Thus, Suzy Lu is stealing market share away from the original creators of the series and is usurping demand for the work by serving as a market substitute. She shows enough of the anime in these videos that people would rather watch her reaction than pay for it. Just the other day, she claimed she had the permission from Crunchyroll to view these animes on her website because Crunchyroll advertises on her website, even though all the ads are from Google AdSense and Google places them automatically. It's an interesting point, actually. I wonder if Google would actually be very happy with Suzy Lu uploading copyrighted content and then placing their ads next to it. Just something to think about. Now, any court would look at this content and wonder how it even got to that stage. It's so blatantly not fair use, I don't even know how Suzy or her boyfriend would rationalize it. So, if this is against fair use, why hasn't she gotten in trouble yet?
Her channel has gotten removed for violating copyright.
Suzy Lu's been terminated now.
My best friend Suzy Lu just got her channel terminated from YouTube.
Well, this week, for about a full day, Suzy Lu's channel was completely terminated for violating copyright.
So you might have noticed the past couple of weeks have been a bit weird on my channel.
On the 27th of December 2019, Suzy Lu's channel was terminated for copyright infringement, just 20 days after she was featured very prominently in the 2019 YouTube Rewind. She had received over 3 DMCA takedowns or copyright strikes from Tokyo TV for her use of the Naruto animes. And if you don't know how the strike system on YouTube works, after 3 strikes, your account gets terminated.
So basically, I was at a Christmas party with family. We were seeing all the nieces and the nephews and things like that. And I was absolutely hammered. And I went to check it and it was like, account suspended. And I was so drunk and I was just like, what? I was like, I don't have enough strikes on my channel for that to be a thing. I must be drunk. And then by the time I woke up the next day, I was like, are you joking? Okay. I basically phoned up my YouTube partner manager and I was like, what the heck's going on? And I felt so bad because my partner manager and then all the people that work with him they're supposed to be on holiday until next week. So they went straight back into office and they found out what happened.
Now, as I've stated before, these strikes were most likely valid. But what does YouTube do? They reverse all of them. Now, as I've stated before in this video, YouTube is protected under Safe Harbor, which means that they are not responsible for copyrighted content uploaded by their users. But to qualify for this, service providers have to adopt a system where repeat violations result in termination, and has to inform users of this, which YouTube does. And they also have to make sure their systems don't interfere with standard technical measures, which are technical measures that are used by copyright owners to identify or protect copyrighted works. In other words, a DMCA takedown request. By reinstating Suzy Lu's videos and removing the strikes, YouTube is directly getting involved in copyright disputes and reversing a legitimate decision of a copyright owner to take down a video. All 2 days after Christmas, mind you. I'm convinced that there has to be some simp running this operation because there's no way that someone in their right mind would go out of their way to break the law for Suzy Lu.
It was all people who, they break apart the footage that they use. And obviously, if you guys are not aware, there is fair use. And the whole point of that is to take the original works, do something with it, make it different, and then make it your own. And that's a really big thing on YouTube. And I feel like that's what allows most of the content to even exist.
A gross overgeneralization of fair use here. And it's very interesting, 81% of content that isn't yours is fair use, but Mark After Dark's clip isn't? Okay then, Suzy.
So a couple of days ago, I done a video talking to you guys about TV Tokyo and this bot that they keep chucking onto YouTubers. It's not just me, it's so many other people, it's a joke. And I can't actually get too into it because it's now a legal case behind the scenes. But we're coming for you. Okay, we are coming for you.
I'm sure suing one of the biggest entertainment companies in Japan is going to go very well for you, Suzy. Now, I went on a full search for any cases including Tokyo TV. I went to the Japanese Supreme Court website and I went to the UK Supreme Court website, and none of them have any cases listed for Suzy Lu, Tokyo TV, YouTube, or anything similar. So whatever action they're taking, it isn't listed in the court system. But while all of this was going down, some people figured out something else about our buddy Suzy over here. It turns out that for weeks and weeks and weeks, Suzy Lu had been uploading uncut anime reactions to her Patreon. Yes, you heard me. No cuts, no pauses, the full episode with Suzy going... It's very funny because as soon as we called attention to it, she completely removed all of the episodes and privated her Patreon so that we couldn't see how much she was making. But we can extrapolate, and Nicholas Diorio said that following the current trend data, she would have hit $10,000 a month on January the 6th, 2020. $10,000 a month from full-length anime episodes. At that point, it's just pure theft. Tipster told me a while back that she had stopped uploading uncut anime reactions, but in the interest of good journalism and research, I decided to pledge $5 of my hard-earned money acquired from my wonderful Patreons to Suzy Lu's Patreon to see what she was up to. It's like a Patreon ecosystem, isn't it? Pledge to my Patreon for more high-quality research. Okay, that's enough of the plug. Let's check out this Patreon. And, what's this? She's still doing it? Yes, folks, these are unedited with the full anime visible in the corner, hosted by Vimeo, whose guidelines state that no rips of movies, music, television, or any other third-party copyrighted material are allowed to be uploaded on their website. Patreon states that if potential online piracy is funded through, hosted, or located on their platform, they have a robust copyright procedure in place to facilitate the removal of those potential infringements, or in certain cases, termination of entire accounts. So Suzy is in violation of some serious stuff over here. You can't tell me for 1 minute that this stuff is fair use and she's not violating copyright law. She is in 100% clear violation. We haven't checked on Steejo for a while, have we? Let's see what his Patreon looks like. Well, he's still uploading anime reactions, but it's unclear whether these are cut or not. Really can't tell. I don't really want to pay. And oh wait, what's this? Do you guys watch on Patreon because they're unedited or because they're fully visible? Would you rather for me to upload the fully edited? Steejo, no! How dim do you have to be to make this section public? So Steejo is still uploading uncut anime on his Patreon, a complete violation of copyright law and Patreon's own terms. Just remember, this guy studied law. He thought the anime reactions on Suzy Lu's main channel was okay, he thought his own reactions on his main channel were okay, and he thought the uncut reactions on both their Patreons were okay. Where did this guy go to law school? So that seemed to be the end of Suzy Lu's anime escapades. She was reduced to just watch-alongs on her main channel for Naruto and could only react to a select group of animes. But if there's one thing you should know about Suzy Lu, it's that she's very persistent.
I am so excited to be recording this video right now. A couple of months back, I had this crazy idea about creating my own website. So I had this idea back in November. It is now the 29th of January, and I am so happy to announce that the website is going live tonight.
Oh no. Now, this website, suzylu.co.uk, houses many different types of reactions for Suzy Lu. According to her, once they get a subscription service rolled out, you'll be able to watch uncut reactions on her website instead. She's really intent on stealing other people's money, isn't she? For now, the home for the majority of her reactions are here. But unlike YouTube, Suzy Lu isn't protected under safe harbor laws. She isn't hosting other people's content. She's uploading her own, which means that to stop her from using their content, Tokyo TV will sue her. It seems to curb this, Suzy Lu originally blocked the website in Japan. Suzy, why did you think this would work? And it seems her website was already caught in legal trouble, as many of her links are in the Lumen database and were apparently DMCA'd and removed from Google. Obviously, as she isn't hosting content for other users, she doesn't have this function on her own site. She's just gonna get sued. You also can't turn ad block off on her website, which means that you're constantly giving her money for stealing other people's animes. So that's very ethical. At the end of the day, though, I really do think Suzy and Steejo are past the point of no return. They've established themselves as absolute jokes in any serious communities and will continue to be criticised and scrutinised until they make an effort to change their behaviour. But let's be honest, that's never going to happen. It's just fun to see everything go down. But if there's one thing I want you to take away from today, it's that Suzy Lu can't handle criticism and is in violation of copyright law on a daily basis. And YouTube does everything they can to protect her, even if it means getting sued themselves. But hey, that's just how the cookie crumbles on this wonderful website, isn't it?
I
have said this multiple times now. I did not plan on making any more videos surrounding Suzy Lu or the situation regarding my threatening and hacking, but of course, Suzy Lu has put out a very disingenuous response to me being hacked, and has continued to accuse other people of awful things with no proof. I did not ask to be threatened, I didn't ask to be hacked. Now, when I made my videos, I kept assumptions to a minimum and strictly showed the facts behind the situation of a YouTuber abusing a fair system and striking down content she admitted that she didn't like, but all of this still happened to me. I was threatened, someone told me to delete my videos on Suzy Lu or there would be consequences, and then just hours later one of my accounts was hacked and someone spent $1,000 on my on-file credit card through my web hosting company. I provided evidence of this happening, and apparently to Suzy Lu, that's not enough. Now, I have been tagged in this tweet so many times. I have been sent this so many times since it was posted because it is an indirect yet direct response to me and my situation. Now, I know that she also has made other statements on her Twitter account, accusing people like TheQuartering for doxing her, which is outrageous, and she's also accused Tipster News of being a harasser, which isn't completely new, but it's awful to claim something like that with no evidence to back it up, and I wanted to give you all of my genuine feelings on what she posted and her response to the situation almost a week later. So, she had posted this on her Twitter. Now, I am blocked. This was sent to me. She had said, as for the rumor about another channel being hacked and having money stolen by a, in quotes, fan of mine, if that's true, I find that behavior disgusting and I don't condone it. No one deserves to have money stolen or their website hacked, and I had posted the photo and said, it's not a rumor. I legitimately had money stolen from me, and I showed as much proof as I could without my private information getting involved. Now, I made this video that you are watching to tell you all how I feel about this, and I don't feel good. Yes, I'm pretty surprised and grateful in a way that she made this statement at all, but I can read between the lines, and this is a backhanded statement. Yes, she says that she disavows these types of people, yet she turns around and says all of this is a rumor, and even goes as far as to say, if it's true. I put out as much evidence as I could in that video without releasing my private information. And honestly, if she had sent me an email or unblocked me and messaged me on Twitter, I could have given her even more proof. But that's obviously not what she wants. She wants her public image to be good, and this response in her mind would clear up the whole situation. But it doesn't. She's turned to playing the victim, saying that she's receiving hundreds of threats, and that's awful. I do not condone that behavior. But how do you think other creators like Tipster feel when he gets messages and accusations thrown around by people saying that he harasses women? How do you think TheQuartering feels when people call him a doxer when there's no evidence for these things? To me, her saying that hacking is awful and she doesn't condone these things, it doesn't feel like she has any sympathy for the situation, even though she wants it to seem that way. It sounds like she's saying these things because she doesn't want them happening to her. If she really had any sympathy for the situation, she wouldn't have called it a rumor. Now, I'm not looking for her to apologize, nor does she really even owe me an apology. I'm not looking for her to feel pity or for anyone to feel pity for me, but to call it a rumor is bullshit. It happened. I'm not even here to hold the situation as a whole against her or what her fans might do to other people, but to call it a rumor and say if it's true doesn't make it sound genuine at all.
You all know how bad YouTube response videos can be when YouTubers respond to drama they're involved in. Instead of admitting they're wrong and giving a genuine apology, you have the sighing at the beginning of the video, lying, deflecting and blaming other people, making excuses, everything but admitting they're wrong. Well, Suzy Lu has made a response video to all of the controversy she has been involved in lately. If you aren't aware of what's going on with her, I recommend you watch my previous video about her silencing her critics so you'll know. And this is easily The worst response video I have ever seen. Ever. It's really bad. Her response is called The Real Tea, which I guess is a jab at the commentary community. Of course, in line with the theme of her being unable to handle criticism, she has disabled ratings and comments. It's 24 minutes long, and no one has time for that. So we'll just take a look at the main points.
What is up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I bet you guys were expecting the typical... We need to talk, guys. We need to talk. Not really into that, but...
But you just did it. Even if you didn't start the video doing it, you brought it up. Good job.
So, what the heck has been going on? I really want to clear up some things in this video.
What she really means is, I want to make a hit piece against Tipster and John Swan, because that's really what this video is. The lying and misinformation you're about to witness is off the charts.
I wasn't going to do a video on this, and I'll tell you guys why. Basically, YouTube already came out and they had a tweet. They informed the people that were affected why they took down some YouTube videos. And as far as I was concerned, like when I seen that, I was like, oh, thank God for that. Do you know what I mean? Because people were looking at me and they were like, it was you. You did all this. You did all this. And it's like, there's a lot more behind the scenes than you guys probably don't realize.
No, there isn't. And it absolutely was you that flagged John Swan and Tipster's videos so they would be taken down. Are you saying that you didn't flag their videos and YouTube took them down on their own? Because that's a lie. Real quick, something happened recently while I was making this that I feel I need to mention. Suzy Lu may have threatened someone to take down their videos on her. I was browsing Twitter and saw a tweet from a YouTuber named Dark Titan Enterprises. I have put up 2 videos on Suzy Lu. I wasn't disrespectful, all I did was discuss the situation at hand. I went and watched both videos, and that's true. Today I was not only blocked by Suzy Lu, but I also received a rather threatening anonymous email. So she was blocked by Suzy, which isn't exactly an accomplishment. You could sneeze near Suzy and she would block you. What's weird is she never even tweeted at Suzy Lu, which means Suzy must have seen her video and then blocked her. But it's the email she received right around the time she was blocked that's interesting. It's wordy, but bear with me. I recently saw your videos. I'm curious if you think making accusations like this is a joke, or if you even realize how you could get in trouble for making these false allegations. Whatever is surrounding this situation is false, and you may find yourself in the line of fire if you continue to spread lies around. YouTube is currently taking this situation very seriously, and is not afraid to defend the people who are innocent in this situation. You should consider dropping the topic before your channel finds itself in hot water. But she literally said it was her final video on the subject. Many reports have been going out against channels of all sizes, and yours could be hit as well. Making your video private won't be enough. You should completely delete them from your channel if you don't want to find yourself in hot water. YouTube videos can still be reported even if they are private. Your channel is very small, and you should consider your options before you decide to jump in the deep end of the pool. It can't be confirmed, but this seems like either Suzy Lu or her boyfriend Steejo writing this email, trying to threaten a smaller creator into deleting their video so they don't have to report it and wait, and even risk it possibly not being taken down at all. The wording sounds very similar to the way Suzy Lu talks about the situation, and the fact that Suzy blocked her right around this time is very suspicious. Maybe it isn't either of them, it could just be a simp fan of Suzy's, but it definitely seems like it's her. Just something to keep in mind. Anyways, moving on. Next, she talks about how people got upset with her about striking down Mark After Dark's video back in 2019. Again, watch my previous video if you want to know what that was about.
Because that's what people were kicking off about. They were kicking off like, oh, you used copyright, we're not happy about this, blah, blah, blah. And not that it's any of their business, but...
Except it literally is our business. You see, the commentary community, for the most part, is here to call things out and make people aware of scummy things YouTubers are doing. The most recent example I can think of would be the J-Station situation, where people called him out for using recently deceased celebrities for views. YouTube actually took action against him for doing what he was doing. It made YouTube a less AIDS place. And you, Suzy, abused copyright to take down someone's video because a small clip clip of yours that he used hurt your feelings. But the clip was fair use, so that's why you got called out. And now, you're abusing YouTube's community guideline systems to silence your critics.
I started doing reactions to anime style content, and then boom, it all kind of blew up again. People were unhappy with the style of content I was doing, which in my opinion, okay, like that's fine. It's none of your business, like the kind of content that I put out, but that's up to you.
Wrong again. If you make videos online, people are allowed to say whatever they want about them. It's free speech. People say my videos are bad all the time. I get people saying I'm unfunny, I'm unoriginal, and yes, I've even had videos made on me. I don't flag them for bullying and harassment though. Also, the real reason people criticize your content, Suzy, is because it exposes you as a huge hypocrite. You make anime reaction videos of entire episodes of anime. 80% of your video, most times, is the anime playing with zero commentary, which isn't fair use and infringes on copyright, something you were so against with Mark After Dark. It really shows that you have no idea how copyright really works.
So basically, the reactions, they done amazing. Like, they done the best I've ever seen. I mean, over the course of that, people were still attacking me for the content I was doing.
Criticizing you, Suzy, not attacking you. Of course your reaction videos were doing good. It's not your content, it's the content of whoever owns the anime. So much of your video is just the anime, in fact, it could be a substitute for paying for it. That's bad.
I don't know if it was out of jealousy. There was a lot of views that were coming into the channel.
You would pull the jealousy card, Suzy. If anyone criticizes you, they must be jealous. I find it funny. Suzy Lu is the type of person to talk down to Mark After Dark for using a 23-second clip of her, claiming that he only used it to get himself more views because she gets views, again, huge ego, but doesn't realize that she does this.
Okay then, I guess we just have to wait.
Try holding Daddy's hand. He'll feel the warmth of your touch and know you're here watching over him. Since I can't touch anything in your world, hold it for me too.
She only gets views because of this.
There was a lot of views that were coming into the channel.
Yeah, I wonder why, Suzy. It's kinda not your content.
A couple of months ago, a creator who, I'm not gonna name who they are.
How convenient you aren't naming the person. We might be able to verify what you're about to say if you did.
Basically, they were getting harassed by Tipster off YouTube. It was happening on Twitter. And they threatened her, and it really, really upset her.
I asked Tipster about this female he supposedly harassed, and he said this to me. He has indeed criticized many female creators in the past few months. Tipster criticizes a lot of people. He doesn't harass anyone. Tweeting at someone and pointing out dumb things they've done is not harassment.
And she complained to YouTube. And YouTube came to me because they were like, listen, we have had numerous complaints about this channel. This is Tipster's channel. And we want your side of all the things, all the times you have had to deal with this person. So I told them.
Yet another example of Suzy having a huge ego and believing that she is the YouTube police. Claiming that YouTube came to her about another YouTuber on someone else's behalf. That's not something that happens, and it makes no sense. If this girl was being harassed by Tipster, on Twitter no less, why would YouTube go to Suzy Lu just because Tipster made a couple of videos about her? I smell fresh, steamy bull doo-doo. I do not believe at all that YouTube went to Suzy. This is just her way to deflect and say, hey, I didn't go and flag his videos for cyberbullying and harassment. YouTube took his videos down, not me.
YouTube were doing an investigation into this channel because they had had numerous complaints. But when the videos came down from his channel, I had no idea that they were coming down. I got a couple of messages on my Discord that were like, oh, have you seen that they've taken 3 videos down from Tipsters? And I was like, what? And I even said at the time, I was like, see if they've taken videos that just have my name attached to them, like, I'm gonna be pissed because I know how that looks. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know what you mean, Suzy. I know exactly how it looks. If Tipster is really such a terrible guy who harasses people with his videos, why did only 3 videos that were about you go down? Almost like someone thought that would give him 3 strikes and he'd lose his channel, so they strategically reported 3 videos.
I was like, they've had numerous complaints from many other channels, but you chose...
Notice how she says many other channels reported him, but for some reason YouTube only chose to take down Tipster's videos on her? Yeah, good job pointing out how little your story makes sense. Also, how would Suzy know that many other channels have reported him? Tipster himself in his response video addressed that even though he supposedly harasses so many creators, he only ever gets reported on videos about Suzy Lu.
Let's take a look at my flag history on my channel. In the 13 years that I have been a YouTube content creator, the only time my content has been flagged down via a community guideline strike on YouTube is Suzy Lu related videos.
And maybe it's because every time he done a video on me, it was pretty disgusting. You know, there was a lot of personal insults, like people have an obsession with my forehead size, like...
I've watched most of Tipster's news videos on you. He literally just reports the facts and criticizes. Yes, he might have made a few jokes about your forehead. However, they are at the end of the day just jokes. It's not like his entire video was just dedicated to insulting you and your looks. I mean, you make fun of your forehead yourself on Instagram. Oh, by the way, Suzy will likely try to file a privacy complaint on this video for me showing this Instagram post. She filed one on both John Swan and Tipster's videos for showing her public Instagram. A privacy complaint can only be made by the person whose privacy is being breached, so it was undeniably Suzy who reported their videos for this in a last-ditch effort to get them taken down. This is a public Instagram post. This is not a violation of privacy, but go ahead and try me, Suzy. I'll appeal it faster than you can say Obamacare it. Oh god, it's obvious that Suzy doesn't care about being made fun of. She cares about being called out and wants to silence people. Because she flagged John Swan's video for bullying and harassment, but he didn't insult her or joke about her once. She then shows a clip of Tipster and his podcast hosts joking about iDubbbz' girlfriend's ass cheeks. It's a funny clip. They were joking around and there's nothing wrong with that at all. But Suzy is trying to make Tipster look bad.
Where they were literally like looking up her OnlyFans pictures and they were just tearing her apart.
Diva's making fun of Anissa's lopsided ass. But yeah, she has one butt cheek that sags lower than the other one. It almost looks like she got like ass cheek implants and like one popped.
Wait a minute, she just used a clip of his. Does that mean that Tipster can copyright strike this video, Suzy? According to you, he can. I mean, he owns the copyright to his handsome face after all.
That's devastating. Like, what kind of insecure person does that?
What kind of insecure person copyright claims a video for a 23-second clip that jokes about them? I know the idea is to make Tipster look evil for joking around, but you're failing, Suzy.
So let me make this very clear. There's 2 channels I'm going to talk about here, Tipster and John Swan, because that is the 2 channels where videos were taken down by YouTube. YouTube. Let me just get that into your head. YouTube. Okay, you heard it here.
You can repeat a lie a million times, Suzy. It's still a lie. No one is buying it. YouTube doesn't go around looking for videos to take down. They have to have videos reported to them, flagged by other people. The only way to prove that you didn't flag Tipster and John Swan's videos is to show us your flag history. YouTube tracks the people you've flagged, and you just have to screenshot your flag history, all of it, to show us that you didn't do it. Oh wait! Back in 2019, when Tipster was flagged and had a video taken down, probably by Suzy, RFC After Hours had her in a stream and asked her to show them her flag history. She refused to show them all of it, of course, but what she did show was very telling.
Whoa, hold on.
Lots of GG Reloaded, though.
Yeah, lots of GG Reload. Wait.
Look on the right-hand side. Scroll down.
This is not a good look, Suzy.
Wait a minute. It's all the stuff talking about the story. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
wait a minute. Suzy, no!
Oof. She reported GG Reloaded for harmful or dangerous acts. That doesn't really make any sense. Harmful or dangerous acts entails encouraging others to do harmful or violent acts. All he did was criticize you, so nice try. And another 2 of his videos for hateful or abusive content. That one entails condoning violence or hatred towards people for their gender, race, sexuality, etc. That one makes no sense either. If Suzy had scrolled down, obviously it would be apparent that she had flagged even more people, including Tipster. History repeats itself, Suzy. You claim YouTube is taking down these people's videos, but you clearly can't be trusted to tell the truth. Which begs the question, why didn't Suzy Lu show her flag history in this response video to prove her innocence? Because she's lying.
So Tipster had an investigation going against his channel from months ago, and I just want to make it very clear that that investigation started because he was harassing a different creator off platform. I want to make that super clear.
The only thing that's clear is how dishonest you are. YouTube doesn't investigate creators who supposedly harass people on Twitter. When a video is flagged for something, YouTube takes a look at that video and makes their decision. They don't go to other creators trying to get more evidence for their case for taking down a video. It doesn't work that way. Even if Tipster had an investigation on him, that doesn't explain why YouTube took down his videos on you, unless you mass flagged him, which you did.
And let me tell you guys this, to all the people that are like, you have the power to take down all these videos. If I had the power to take down all of these videos, do you think that my search on YouTube would be filled with so much lies, toxicity, people morphing my face, doing all of these things? If I had the power to take down all of this, why is it still there?
Nice try, Suzy. You may not have the power to take down videos, but you surely do have the power to flag a ton of videos that you don't like, and enough pull with someone at YouTube to make sure they come down. In fact, on your Twitter before you and your boyfriend Stejo deleted all of your tweets, which is not suspicious at all by the way, you said that you flag videos you don't like, and that you are well within your rights to use the reporting feature if you deem it appropriate. She shows that she believes she can flag whoever she wants, whenever she wants, if she doesn't like what they have to say. But yet in her response video here, she claims it was YouTube, not her. In another tweet, she says she flags videos she's unhappy with. She doesn't flag videos because they violate YouTube's rules, she flags videos she's unhappy with. That's totally not a misuse of the community guidelines reporting system. Then you have this cringe tweet where she says, "This is just the beginning." What does that even mean, Suzy? That you plan to continue flagging anyone who criticizes you? In this tweet, she told people to email her if any YouTuber has harassed them, even saying, "We are making changes to make YouTube a better place for creators." Like she is the one taking action. But now, in her response video, she says,
videos were taken down by YouTube.
You all get my point. It's clear why she deleted all of these tweets before making this response video. Wouldn't want any contradictions to show that she's lying after all.
So fine, blame me for everything, even though you have zero proof of anything that people are accusing me of doing.
You're so innocent, yet you didn't show your flag history in this video to prove it, which would have been so simple to do. What a shame.
In regards to the other channel in question, Swan, it came to my attention, the video barely had any views or anything like that, but it came to my attention on my Discord and people were like, have you seen this video? So I had a look at the video and I was like, why? That's disgusting.
I know, Suzy. How dare Swan make a very well-edited masterpiece of a commentary video that calls you out for your past copyright abuse and your anime content that infringes on copyright. How dare he? How disgusting of him.
Do you know what I mean? I had never spoken to this day, still never spoken to this person.
How is that relevant at all? Does he have to speak with you before calling you out?
And they put up a video where the entire video was basically just talking about the size of my forehead, going on about my features. You don't get to do things like that.
Huh. Would you look at that? Suzy is lying out of her ass again. Who would have thought that was possible? This is a pathetic display of how dishonest Suzy is. Everything she just said was false, and she knows it. Anyone who has seen Swan's video knows it. She's banking on the fact that her audience will blindly believe her, and she's right. But mine won't. John Swan never made fun of her forehead or her appearance in his video at all. The entire video was actually a very in-depth, well-thought-out analysis of her content and her behavior on the platform.
So I sent the video to YouTube, asked them about fair use, and YouTube took it down.
Wrong. Due to the Online Copyright Infringement Liability Limitation Act, also called Safe Harbor, YouTube cannot get involved in copyright disputes.
The entire video was basically just talking about the size of my forehead, going on about my features.
And Suzy reported it for harassment because she didn't want people to hear about the things she's done.
At the end of the day, people say, oh, but it was just a joke. It was about me, and I didn't think it was funny at all.
Yeah, some people have made jokes about you, and you don't have to find it funny, Suzy. Comedy is almost always at someone's expense. And again, you have joked about your own forehead on Instagram.
So I was very vocal about that one. I says to you guys on Twitter or wherever it was, I was like, I didn't like that video. I was pretty annoyed about that video.
Tough titties. It was just a video criticizing you. You're lying about him attacking you for your physical appearance. His video is back up and doing great, by the way, so you failed big time at censoring it.
And this is what blows my mind, is that he also came out and said, okay, that was risky. Shouldn't have done that. And it's like, you guys, both of you, have literally admitted numerous times that you know you were in the wrong with what you did. You know that you were in the wrong.
No, he didn't. He said that originally he made a satirical portion of his video analyzing the size of your forehead, and posted a preview with just that part on his second channel. You flagged that, and it got taken down for bullying. So he said he took that part out of his full video and removed any jokes about your forehead or anything because comedy is bad.
And it blows my mind. Like, these people are so manipulative. It is crazy to me. It is so crazy. People are believing everything. They are blind little sheep.
I hope the irony of what she just said speaks for itself. No need for me to say anything.
People can send their audience over to me all they want to be like, you shouldn't ever report any videos. Oh, okay. So we'll just see like dodgy videos on YouTube. But you know what? You know, bless the person that uploaded it. I know I can see up that child skirt, but I won't report that. I won't use a feature that's on the website. No.
What? Suzy, what are you talking about? Skirts? What the? Obviously, if videos like that are out there, that is what you should be reporting. That's what that's for. But how does that have anything to do with you reporting criticism videos with false TOS violations? It's not a feature, Suzy. You can't just use it haphazardly and report whoever you don't like. It doesn't work that way. Unless you're you, apparently.
I'm not gonna sit here and take responsibility for the fact that another creator effed up. That's it in a nutshell. I'm not taking responsibility for it. At the end of the day, I can report whatever the heck I want to report. You guys can sit there and you can mash report all my videos. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter.
Oh my god. You're so in denial about what you're doing that it's hilarious and pathetic. Alright, I'm done. I'm only halfway through her video and I've already lost more than half of my brain cells. I think I've made my point and shown that Suzy Lu is lying through her teeth and has made quite possibly the worst response video of all time. Yes. Worse than Leafy's. This video was made to criticize Suzy Lu for her terrible response video. I've made 0 jokes about her appearance, and I showed a public Instagram post. But no doubt, she'll report this video for bullying or send me a privacy complaint.